As 2020 was an unprecedented year, our Best Of series is doing something different this time. We have interviews with each of the ScottyMeLad crew members as they talk about what some of their favorite video games, TV series, and movies were for the year, as this is our favorites of 2020.
3.
So my third pick, I guess, would be Fall Guys, mainly because they're so cute. I mean, I could just sit there and watch them and they're falling off. I feel very bad for them when they fall off. And I just sit there and watch them and they're running around and they're just adorable. So do I have a whole lot to say about it? No, just cute.
2.
2 was Pokemon Shield. That had showed me Griffin McElroy playing
Pokemon Y.
Yeah, in the Nuzlocke way of doing it. But it was so fun watching him play. And then he said, we could do that. And I went, ooh. So we played Shield. And I liked that storyline. I mean, that had a really good, still playing it.
Right.
So check into Games with Mom.
Yeah. Play Pokemon Go a lot.
I do.
And so it's like that, there's that catching element to it. Mm-hmm. But then having a new region, a new Pokemon that you've never seen before.
Yep.
And a lot of it being very European based.
Yes.
Which you lived in Scotland for 3 years.
Yes. So the whole time I'm going, oh, that looks very familiar. Yeah.
But that's been another fun one. And I'm excited to see that continue into 2021.
Yes.
Oh, would you look at that? Oh, that's so weird. We have a special guest come in from Games with Mom, Pokemon Nuzlocke, the third member of our party. Good old Hamish Shoha! Hello there, Vicky. I wanted to say thank you so much for making your number 2 pick, Pokemon Shield. That's so sweet of you. I wish it was number 1. Tune in every other Tuesday. Okay, Hamish, we're good.
We're good.
We're good. Thank you, Hamish.
Thank you.
1.
Okay, so my number 1 drumroll video game was Animal Crossing, New Horizons.
New Horizons.
Okay,
yes.
And so I did love that it came out when it did.
Yeah.
Boy, did that help a lot of us get through, so much quarantine time. Always had in one system or another. We've always had Animal Crossing. So it's a family favorite anyway, but I do like the upgrades. I do like, the different things that you can do now. Animals seem to be nicer
Yes.
than they used to be.
We don't have the whole debacle with Axel.
Oh my goodness, I would fight with Axel so much in years past.
In the GameCube Animal Crossing, dear viewers, Axel, the elephant, for whatever reason,
Hated me.
hated my mom.
Yes. Walk up to me and go, boom. Hilarious. Of course, not the best way to play a game with your children, but it really was, it kind of got funny. It was funny after a while.
And that's not, Axel is in the game.
No way.
I've never, because there's like 300 animals now.
You know how they have that memory thing going.
True, an elephant never forgets or forgives. And I mean, you touched on it perfectly, that it was the game that needed to come out this year, and it was perfect when it did. Mm-hmm. And it was just such a relaxing way to stay inside while everything else is on fire.
Right? Yeah.
3.
Okay, how can you not love Bob's Burgers?
True.
Great family. Love them. What I find interesting about Bob is that although he loves his family, he seems to have more conversations with inanimate objects. Inanimate
objects.
Okay, every Thanksgiving he has a long conversation with the turkey. Then the other day I'm watching one, and he's going to go cook in some restaurant for one of those, the Crazy Brothers.
Yeah, the fish odors.
Yeah, them. And he's like, oh my gosh, it's that Italian oven. Hi, hello, Bob, hello. And he's talking to the dishwasher. He has more conversations. And we all know that the brains of the family is Louise.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely the brains. And I love Jean.
I was about to say, and Jean, your favorite, the heart of the family.
Heart of the family. And then there's Tina.
Tina. The role model of the family. The one we should all aspire to be.
So, that's Bob's Burgers.
2.
So, I would say that number 2 was a surprise for me because I do not like documentaries, typically. But this one was really interesting. It was McMillion. And it was about the McDonald's Monopoly game fraud. And I was like, I totally remember, everybody remembers, either playing or the Monopoly game. And honestly, I can't say I ever did much because it was like, nah, nothing. Oh, I got a Coke, whatever, But I didn't realize that there was this behind the scenes, ginormous gazillion-dollar fraud thing going on. And the cast of people that were all involved were just regular people. And they were so likable.
Yeah.
And you kind of feel, because you're like, well, they did wrong, they should be punished or whatever. But it's like, well, you kind of feel sorry for them. And the guy of the show, who makes the show, is our little Agent Matthews.
Oh, yeah, Agent Matthews.
FBI Agent Matthews.
Yeah, he's
adorable.
Oh, my goodness.
He is so good. He had his facts, his stuff, and he was like, oh, my goodness. The more they looked, the more they found. And it was like this huge. So, again, you need to check that out.
1.
My number one to say is Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Because although I've always, watched Star Wars or liked Star Wars, some more than others, the Clone Wars got me to appreciate Star Wars more because it gave me more of the backstories and, people that I might have seen, but I didn't necessarily know who they were, like Ahsoka and the way she transformed. Because at first I didn't like her. I did like it, and then I did want to just see it through. Like I wanted to know, okay, so how does this end? Mm-hmm. So then now I'm watching the
Rebels, yeah.
Yeah. And so watching that, you had to watch that one to appreciate this one. And I can honestly say I like this one better.
Yeah, I always expected that you would like Rebels more.
But I'm glad that I saw Clone Wars.
Right.
Because,
the kids would say,
okay,
Clone Wars walked so that Star Wars Rebels could run.
Right. That's pretty good.
3.
So what's your number 3?
So number 3 of the movies is The Trolls World Tour. I thought that was a very kid-friendly, cute movie. I like that from time to time to have a movie that, children can actually watch and not be terrified, halfway through it and have nightmares. And so, I thought that the music especially was great for the adults watching. I thought that was cute. I was surprised. Honestly, very surprised.
2.
Okay, now I love musicals. Mm-hmm. I love me some musicals. So The Greatest Showman was my number 2 pick because I did think it was a good overall movie, great story, love that it was a musical, a great cast of misfits that was led by Hugh Jackman. Oh, he was so good.
I love Hugh Jackman.
Oh, my goodness.
And Zac Efron and Zendaya.
I love that they had lots of little bits of, about everybody else. But I also did like the message, and I did like how Hugh says, you'll never make a difference being like everyone else. I mean, that is so true.
Yeah.
Oh. Again, I'm probably the only one that hadn't seen it until recently.
Yeah. Oh, me too, because I watched it for the first time with you.
Yeah.
I owned it for a really long time, and I just never got around to it. But everybody said, like, hey, it's really, great.
But, again, this was the year to say, okay, here's my list of movies that I wanted to see and never did. And so we've been trying to go through that list.
1.
But the best
movie
was Ivan, the big gorilla.
The one and only Ivan.
The one and only. Oh my goodness, what a sweet movie. That probably sweetest movie of all time. So I am very hard to make cry, so I can't say that I cried, but normal people that cry at, like a TV commercial, you're gonna cry. So it's just good, but sweet. Nothing bad happens. But anyway, the movie in itself, the cast, the little girl in it. Oh my goodness, the little elephant. Oh, the baby.
Ruby.
Oh, the baby elephant. I loved it. So that was my number 1 pick for the movies that I saw.
Because, it's just a nice, wholesome family movie. Reminds me of Secondhand Minds a lot of, it's very kind-hearted.
Yeah.
And, again, I won't spoil it, but, the message of the movie at the end really surprised me.
Me too.
Because it doesn't necessarily end, in the typical way.
How you think, yeah.
Yeah, they kind of have a more realistic and a happy ending, but it's not necessarily happy, but an ending that needed to happen. It's really cool.